And good afternoon, everyone. This is John with Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports. Once again, I'm joined by NFL Chaos with Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you this morning? You're out on the West Coast. How are you?
I'm good. It's even earlier than usual for me. At least it feels like it.
Right. Yeah, we had the time change, so I'm gonna set up a uh, mock draft. I'll let you make the picks. We'll do the Jets here. If Sean was here, I'd add the Vikings. Close this down. We'll pick the Jets. We'll go 7 rounds and we'll draft. Now, let's see here. Hutchinson, Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver, goes 2 to Detroit.
Wow.
Thibodeau goes number 3 to Houston. So we got 2 trade offers here. But before we do that, let's look at who's on the board here. There's still Neil, Hamilton, Sauce Gardner still there. So here at 4, if this is how it goes, which direction would you go in? And do you want to see the trade offers?
I definitely want to see that Eagles trade offer.
Okay. Eagles are offering pick 15 and 16 to move up to number 4, and we give them pick 69 as well. Your thoughts on that one before I show you the other one?
Oh, that's as tempting as that is, the ask of 69, the pick 69 is absolutely ridiculous. Even at pick 4, getting 15 and 16 is, they might point wise should be offering us even something next year, believe it or not. I know if you look at the price of moving up to 4, what that would cost you last year and other drafts, that's not a good offer.
Right. Okay. So before we do anything with that, let's look at this one. We have the Saints wanting to move up. They'd be willing to give 18, 49, 137, and a second next year. Do you want to take either of these, or do you want to counter either of these?
No, I think I'm gonna say no to both.
No to both. Okay, let's reject both of those. And which direction are you going?
I'm gonna take. I don't know how free agency is gonna go, so I'm gonna lock up Ike Ekwonu.
Ekwonu, number 10, right there. So we'll take Ekwonu. Tell us a little bit. That jumped down to our next pick already, but tell us a little bit about Ekwonu. They have him listed as offensive tackle. Is he versatile? Can he play at other positions on the line?
Yeah, he's the perfect fit for the Jets because he could play guard at an All-Pro level. He'll probably be extremely effective immediately. Probably better than AVT, which is saying a lot because we love AVT and he had a great year for us. So right away we lock down, we take care of that guard position. But even better is if George Fent goes, if we can't pay him or if he leaves for any reason, we have Ekwonu ready to just step in and switch over and be a Pro Bowl level tackle. If anybody gets hurt during the year, he could move over. And then, like we were talking about before, if we find a guy like LDT, he could step in at guard. So it gives us a lot of versatility and a lot of talent, no matter where we put him. So he's just a great fit for the Jets.
Great. So that'll help build that offensive line. Keep it pretty young too. So we got some more trade offers here. We have 3 trade offers. Tampa Bay is offering 27, 60, and a second next year to move up to 10. We have Cleveland wanting to swap picks here, 10 to 13, and giving us a second round pick next year. And Chicago wants to jump up from 39. Give us 48 and a second and a third the following year. Any of these that you're interested in?
Yeah, I would take the Cleveland deal.
You would take the Cleveland deal straight up, drop down 3 picks and get the second next year?
Yep.
So let's accept that. Let's drop down a couple positions. Trayvon Walker came off the board. Kenyon Green and Jordan Davis came off the board. We're at 13. Have two more offers here. We got Chicago again at 39 and 48 with a second and third next year, or Arizona at 23 and 55 and a third next year to move up to 13. So dropping down 10 spots.
Let's see.
And we can look to see who's on the board yet too.
Yeah,
we got Olave from Ohio State still there. The receiver, Cross. You just took offensive line at 4. But Booth from Clemson, Williams, the receiver, Linderbaum, a center. Quarterback, you could go Malik Willis. What do you think?
I think I'm going to let's look at that trade again, the one where we go down to like 23.
This one here. Arizona will give us 23, 55, and a third next year.
It's not the best offer in the world, but it's not horrible.
We can counter here if you'd like to do something else.
Ask them for their second instead of their third.
Second instead of their third for next year. Let's propose that. They declined it.
Okay, I'll take their trade offer.
You'll take their Arizona's trade offer, moving us down to 23, but picking up another second round pick. So that drops us down to 23. Let's see who came off the board here. They jumped up. They took Booth, the corner. Penning from Northern Iowa. Man, I've been watching some of his tape. He has got a nasty streak to him. So if you need an offensive lineman with some attitude, he's your guy right there. But then the Eagles go Chris Olave at 15, Charles Cross at 16. Green Bay takes Williams from Alabama. Adding a weapon to their offense. The Saints get Willis at 18. The Eagles take linebacker Lloyd at 19. Pittsburgh takes Howell from North Carolina at 20. The Patriots take Stingley at 21. And the Raiders take Ajabo, the edge rusher, at 22. Jets are on the board at 23. We did take Iquanu at 4. So which direction are we going here?
We're going to keep building in the trenches, and we're going to take Jermaine Johnson.
What do you like about Jermaine Johnson?
I like that. Aside from just power and strength, he has the bend I look for. That incredible balance that even if his upper body is being pushed, he can control his lower body, stay up, keep driving and pounding forward, and get the angle he needs to get to the quarterback. He's also a really good run stopper. He reacts fast, so like for screen passes, he's not an over pursuer. He's able to change direction and help out in that regard as well.
So let's take Jermaine Johnson there. Bunch of other offers. Let's get rid of that. Let's see here. Who came off the board after London, Elam, Linderbaum, Pickett to Tampa Bay. They have Tampa Bay taking Pickett there at 27 when they took Kyle Trask last year in the second round. But Burks goes 29, Leo 30th. Jaquan Brisker, who I really like, they have him going 31 to Cincinnati. Detroit taking Nakobe Dean, the linebacker, at 32 to end the first round. But then Zion Johnson, the guard, goes to Jacksonville. And Lewis Seen, or is it Sign, goes to Detroit at 34.
Okay.
So let's see. We do have a trade offer. We got Dallas wanting to trade up one spot for a 7th round pick next year.
Sure.
So accept that. They went Winfrey, the defensive tackle from Oklahoma. And then we have 2 offers on the board. Denver wanting to jump up to 36, but give us 64, 75, and 96, and a 5th next year. And Baltimore wanting to jump up 9 spots and give us 45 and 76.
Ooh, kind of like that.
And we can look to see who's still on the board here. So far, we have taken Iquanu, versatile offensive lineman, and Jermaine Johnson, the edge rusher out of Florida State. So where are you going with this pick?
I'm taking that trade. Jump with Baltimore.
Baltimore. So let's pick up another pick here. Except dropping down 9 spots and getting another pick. But that we do have pick 38 here. So the Rams want to jump up and give us a bunch of picks. They want to give us pick 104, a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th next year, for 38 and a 7th. Dallas is 7th next year. Or we have, well, that's going to be a no. I know you're not going to trade with
Kick
New
hands,
England.
kick hands. Yeah.
Yep. So it's a lot, and it's a far way to fall down. But any interest in that Rams trade, getting all that capital for 23 draft?
Nope.
Okay.
Not interested. Not interested.
All right, reject both of those. So let's see where we're going here. We got running back still at the top. Man, I know where I would go, but
Who got picked at 27? Trent McDuffie. Okay.
what's that?
No, I was just curious of who got picked right there, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, Trent McDuffie.
Yeah. What am I doing with my next pick? You might wonder. I think we need to grab Trey McBride.
Trey McBride with this pick 46.
Tight end, best tight end in the class. I would be thrilled if he was still there at this point.
At 38. So we'll take McBride there. All right. So 2 more trade offers. Denver wanting to come up from 64 to 45, giving us 75 for our 163. Or, well, I know you're not going to trade with the Patriots, even though. Any interest in the Broncos trade?
Nope.
All right, let's reject. And before I reject it, any interest in that trade? Gaining pick 85 to drop 9 spots?
Nope, can't do it.
Okay, reject as well. So far we have taken Aquanu, Johnson, and McBride. Yeah, even if we didn't have another pick, I would, as a Jet fan, I would absolutely love that draft. But let's keep looking here. Which direction you going in here at pick 45?
I would want to. Well, yeah, I'm not going to mess around and lose my guy at this point. We're gonna run and we're gonna grab. You even know already, Christian Watson.
Christian Watson. Yep, agreed. I would agree with this pick as well. Man, could you imagine if this is how things started to fall? Pick 55 here. Green Bay wants to jump up from 92 and give us a second rounder next year.
Nope.
Reject. So once again, let's look. We took Aquanu, Johnson, McBride, and Watson, building up a nice offense now. And where do you go with pick 55?
I think we're gonna have to look at the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. Any particular position?
Well, we want to look at linebackers, and I right away I see on the board Christian Harris from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Glad that he's there. That's a gift. We just grab him and get him in that linebacker room.
Okay. Dropping us down to pick 69 with 2 offers on the board from the Raiders and Browns. Browns want to move up 9 spots to drop to 78 and give us pick 98, and they want 146 back. Any interest in either of those trades? Raiders want 125 and 3rd and 4th next year.
First, I want to look and see, is McCreary still there? Cornerback?
I do not see him.
Okay, so we lost out on McCreary. Okay, that makes it easier to consider a trade. What about safety? Let's see who's there in safety.
Let's go safety. McKinley's the first name on the board, ranked 93rd.
Yeah, but we got Kirby Joseph still up there too. So there's a bunch of guys there. Let's consider the trades now. We can go there.
Raiders wanting to jump up to almost 60 spots and giving us a couple picks next year.
Yeah. Nope. I like this trade offer from Cleveland.
You like this one? Dropping down 9 spots and picking up another top 100 pick here?
Sure, I'll still get the guy I want anyway, so why not?
Accept. So that drops us down to 76. And where are we going here? No trade offers on the board.
Let's look at the big board. So we got another pick coming pretty soon.
Yep, in 2 picks. So right now, the top guy on the board is Isaiah Spiller, running back from Texas A&M.
He slept.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions.
Let's see. I don't know how accurate. I use this site for mock draft simulators, but I don't go by their team needs. Do you think the team needs are accurate? Well, for the Jets, they are safety, linebacker, corner, edge, and tight end. So I would say for at least the Jets, they're pretty accurate.
Yeah, we need everything. So I'm gonna say in this situation, even though there's a bunch available later, um, it's very hard to look the other way and not grab Isaiah Spiller right here at running back. Because I think that there's a lot of people that would argue he's the best running back in the class. So this guy could very well become, a very. I mean, they already have a really good running back in Carter. We know that that in this league, if you want running backs to last more than 4 or 5 years, it's good not to give them too much of the load. The scheme and the Jets, taking the West Coast offense and San Francisco's philosophy wants to spread the ball around and have different running backs. And Isaiah Spiller is just too good to pass up here, in my opinion.
So let's take him. We got another pick coming up in 2 spots also, but we have a trade offer. Chargers want to drop one position, or want us to drop one position, give us pick 160 for Dallas's 7th next year, or the Rams want to trade again, offering 104 and a third for 78 and 163.
That's not a very good offer.
No, it's not. But how about the Chargers offer?
Yeah, what are we going to do with 160? But does it really hurt us to trade down a spot?
And trading away a pick that's not yours, really, anyway, giving up Dallas's 7th next year.
Yeah, I'll take that. I don't think they're after anybody I care about right now.
Except that trade. Then we have more offers. Man, they took Sky Moore. They jumped up one spot and took Sky Moore, the wide receiver.
Yep.
They want to jump up again from pick 122 and a third, 79, or the Cardinals at 87 and a fourth for 79 and 163 this year.
I don't like either of those offers. Just aren't reasonable to me.
Okay, reject. So let's take a look at what we took. You went offensive line, and then you went edge in the second, or with the second pick in the first round. Went McBride at tight end, Watson the receiver, Christian Harris the linebacker, and you added another running back to the mix. So where do we go at 79?
We got to look back to the safeties.
So let's go defense. Let's go safeties. We're at 79. McKinley, Kirby Joseph is still there.
And what picks do we have after 79? What's our next pick?
79. Our next pick after that is 98.
Okay, then we're okay there. Let's look at the overall board. Let's look at the big
overall board. Okay.
Start thinking.
We are at the top. Bell is at the top. Nick Bonino, another edge. Ferguson, another tight end, still there. I haven't done much. I know the Jets need linebackers. I haven't done much research on them. Do you know anything about Walker from Georgia?
He's pretty good. There's other guys I like better. Anyway, a little bit later, I think there's some sleepers. We already took Harris, so I'd rather go later on another linebacker that's more of a sleeper. Because we do have C.J. Mosley still for another year. We have Quincy Adams. We have, we're not, once we add one key player to that, we play a lot of a lot of 3-5-2 kind of thing, or 3-2-5 kind of thing. So I could see Christian Harris with Mosley on a lot of plays, and then Quincy Adams would be fine. And then I kind of have in my mind a lot of potential guys to compete with Quincy Adams for those snaps, and then be a future. I like Alec Lindstrom here. I say if the draft fell this way and we had the extra picks, it's a luxury pick, in my opinion, to be able to grab him. But you grab Alec Lindstrom, you have your center of the future.
So that drops us. Jake Ferguson went to pick before us, the tight end from Wisconsin. But that drops us to 98, where Washington Commanders want to give us 112 and a fourth next year. I don't like that trade at all, but I'll let you decide. But then we have the Titans who want to give us 130, 143, and a fifth next year for 98 and a sixth.
Nope. No, thank you.
To both.
Yeah, tell them about to kick tires.
Okay. So that puts us at 98. Here we still got the big board there. So the positions you've taken are offensive line, edge, tight end, wide receiver, linebacker, running back, and a center. So I mean, you're building not only good depth, you're adding great talent to the team as well. But where we going with pick 98?
Oh, we're gonna look at safety now
Safety now.
before some Jet fan sees this and sends me a hate mail.
Well, Kirby. So we did lose somebody. There was somebody on the board before that you wanted, McKinley.
Yeah,
But Joseph is still on the board.
yeah, I wouldn't forgive myself if now that Verona's gone, I don't care what the matchup to how they have Kirby Joseph ranked. We need to get our safety. Kirby Joseph could be the steal of the whole draft. With all the talent we brought on, this might be the steal. Grab Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph at 98. So that drops us down to 110. Let's go back to the big board. And I mean, I don't for the needs that they had us listed at. We have filled those needs. So we've added another running back. Right? Yep, we did. We've got Spiller at 76. So what are you looking to add here now that you filled all the needs?
Well, I'd be curious to see who's left in the cornerback position.
Cornerback. Let's take
Look
a
at the
look here.
cornerbacks to see if there's any hidden gems there.
Goodrich is the highest rated, 116.
Nope. Don't see anybody. Okay, how about let's look at the linebackers again.
Linebackers.
Oh yeah.
I think I know who you did that for, but
yeah. Well, there's two guys I like now.
I really like Chanel from Wisconsin, but I don't know if that's who you were talking about. But where are you going?
I wouldn't grab him here, and I wouldn't be upset if we got him. But I have fallen in love with Troy Anderson.
Troy Anderson from Montana State. What are you loving about Troy Anderson?
He's one of the smartest football players I've ever seen as far as football IQ and instincts. He played quarterback, running back, then switched to defense, was the defensive player of the year in the entire conference that he's in. He is the fastest closer I've ever seen. So this speed on this kid is just outlandish. And he knows it's not just speed. He knows what to do with the speed, like his instincts. He closes space, so you'll have a receiver on 3rd and 4 catching a pass where it looks like there's no way you're going to get to him on time, and he closes the gap so quickly. He makes tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He always makes his tackle. He never misses tackles. He's deceptive. Again, he has that deceptive speed. He's strong as an ox. He goes right through blockers. I think he might be the steal. This is another complete steal. This is everyone's going to kick themselves. Every team in the league that doesn't take this kid is going to kick themselves.
So let me take Anderson there. That drops us down to 116. Patriots. You're definitely not trading anything with the Patriots, correct?
Correct.
So let's reject that. Okay, so we're James Cook just came off the board. That's the brother of Dalvin Cook from the Vikings. But where do you go? What kind of piece are you adding now?
I'm gonna look to back up that tight end pick and see if we can get another tight end in the room.
Let's go tight end. Man, some good names still on the board there. A guy that seemed to fall, Charlie Kolar. I know once again earlier in the year when mock started coming out, he was definitely higher up on the board. But who are you liking here?
Yeah, the problem with Kolar is his draft stock keeps sinking. Like in each opportunity he has for it to go up. He didn't do himself any favors lately, like the Senior Bowl or combines. There's nothing he's doing to help himself, and that's concerning.
Gotcha.
I kind of like Lucas Kroll, but I don't know if he might be too early to take here. So I would say go back to the big board and let's just maybe there's a wide receiver we can steal here. Wow, is that Justin Ross?
Justin Ross, pick 87. Yep, over 87th ranked from Clemson.
Wow, that's kind of strange. Wow, I have him. I think you have to take him. I think that's just insane.
Says he's 6'3", 205, big wide receiver there. So, man, just adding another.
I think if he was there, you just have to throw him in the room. Value, best value in that draft position.
Gotcha. So let's take him here.
I mean, he was the best offensive player for Clemson.
Oh, let's see here. Before we look at this, let's look over here. We have 2 picks left here, both pretty close, 160 and 163. But we do have a trade offer on the board. Chargers again want to move up. Give us 171 and 194 for 160 and a 6th rounder next year.
Nah.
Nah.
No, okay. I don't want to give up our 6th rounder next year.
And where are we going with pick 160?
I think we need to go back to that tight end board. See if he's if there anybody's still there. Well, Trey Berry is the best value in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard good things about him. Let me see. A lot of people are talking about Jelani Woods, though, aren't they? Look at him down there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I thought I've heard good things, and they got him projected at 297. But man, do they have any information on him? No.
Just for kicks, let's just grab him.
Woods.
Jelani Woods, why not?
Yeah.
See if he ever pans out. I mean, there's a lot of good things I'm hearing about him. So,
and this will take us to our last pick. Pick 163 is the last pick, but Tennessee wants to drop us to 169 and give us a 219.
I'll do that.
I was going to say I would do that too, because with doing that at pick 219, I would take the best available kicker at 219.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. That gives us an extra pick to take a kicker and bring some competition into camp.
But at 169 here, who do you want to add to the room?
Definitely want to look at safeties.
Let's go back to the safeties.
And he's sitting right there, Quentin Lake. Let's just grab
Quentin Lake. Yep. So a whole round goes by here. Oh, the last pick in round 6. Okay, is 219. So do you want to go kicker here?
Yeah, let's take our kicker. I go back and forth on this one. Honestly, I think that Cade York is more battle tested.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually take Cade York here.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So let's let this finish and then take a look at the overall. So we took Aquanu at 4, Jermaine Johnson at 23, McBride at 38, Watson at 45, Christian Harris at 55. Spiller, we're still sitting there on the board at 76, so you grabbed him. You add another center with Lindstrom, Kirby Joseph, the safety, Troy Anderson, the linebacker, who you absolutely love, Justin Ross, the wide receiver. You add another tight end in Jelani Woods, Quentin Lake at 169, and Cade York at 219, adding to the kicking competition. And you also added a 2nd and a 3rd round pick to next year's draft. Your thoughts on that mock draft?
I think if this happened in real life, we would be doing cartwheels and flips. No Jet fan that would watch this. If I did this on my channel, nobody likes or agrees on every pick, and I think they get hung up on that too much.
Mm-hmm, right.
You should have done this and you should have done with this pick. But if you step back from it and you didn't see the process and someone just told you this was going to be your draft, if this is not going to happen. Like, this is a wildest fantasy if this happened. I mean, look how many starters there are on this list.
Right.
Potential starters and impact players. This would be a dream come true. And I'm not patting myself on the back. A lot of people are having these kind of drafts with the simulator that are just probably not going to happen in real life. So anybody who says they wouldn't take this right now at this moment over what's going to really happen, I think has to be out of their minds, is just like you said, just getting Aquano, Jermaine Johnson, Trey McBride, Watson, just those 4 picks, we already won.
Right.
Right. And then when you talk about Christian Harris and Isaiah Spiller, now you're going to make all these other rooms better. It's just out of control. Kirby Joseph and Quentin Lake in the safety room. You got your future center out of this draft. I mean, Troy Anderson is just one that everyone's going to have to learn about. Like, you know, we're just going to, he'll answer all your questions. If you're like, who is this kid? You know, you're throwing a dart. He'll answer the question, because if you go up and you look Troy Anderson up on YouTube and you watch his 9-minute video of him playing quarterback, running back, and then it flips over to show him as a defender, I don't see how anybody doesn't fall in love with him. And there's also, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to release Chaotic Moments, which is basically a highlight of a past Wacky Wednesday show. So every Wednesday night I do a wacky show, I have a guest, I team with my friend Adam. It gets a little crazy. John, you were the week number 2 guest on that show. And the Chaotic Moments from last week was actually that episode. It was the highlights of that episode. This week, that's going to come out in a few, literally in like the next half an hour. And then, of course, we'll be back on Wednesday night with the Wacky Wednesday show. And
guys, we'll be back Thursday night. Like you saw on the stream, Sean said he'll be back Thursday night as well. So we'll be talking NFL free agency, see who our team's got, maybe do some more mocks. So, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and we will be back Thursday night at 7.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, John.
Thank you.